Um, all right, welcome. Um, I'm sharing my screen too, so I don't know how it works on your end, but there should be something to, and he's off. Um, okay, he's back. I'm sharing my screen too, by the way, so I don't know how it looks on your guys' end. Can someone share with him how to, uh, what to hit to see the screen that I'm sharing? Let's see what's going on here. Uh, let's start from the daily on this one. So VIX still very much in a downtrend, but it is selling off down across this path. You see how it's not coming into okay. You see how it's not coming down into this trading range right here? So that's a big thing. That means it's still holding somewhat of a buyer zone. So it's not selling off hardcore below this. I would like it below this, come back to back test, and then sell off. Honestly, I want to see VIX at 12.6. I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. That would be my target if market just went crazy up. As for now, it is very much in demand, but it's the third time it's tapped this, so I don't know if it's gonna hold it. Uh, Yesterday was just a back test of falling out of a trading range. But there are a bunch of dark pools down on tech. So if tech sells off, I don't know what's gonna hold this market up. I'm thinking financials and industrials. We'll see if they can actually hold it. So for now, keep an eye on VIX. You don't want it back above here. But for now, it is keeping this. See that? So the low is still intact as far as trend goes. So you want to see it break below that, like this. All right, let's go to the fan favorite 1460. So pre-market is at 1460. Let's see what is there at 1460. Ah, so it's still not breaking out. It's, as a matter of fact, it's in supply right here. Let's dive in to see the actual price action. Yeah, you see that? It hit it. It's selling off. Um, Demand level down here at 1415. Not sure if there's any dark pools or anything. I didn't read if Jim posted any. That would definitely be one level that I'd be looking at. But overall, I would just want it above this supply. So if it comes into here, breaks out, then yeah, I think this has the potential to run. But it is not broken out as of yet. It literally just hit supply and stopped. An upside target, first upside target on a breakout would be 1600. So right here. But that would be the number one. That would be the first target should it break out. So what I'm looking for is this, then back test the breakout and go here. Which, I mean, it's Tesla. This can happen in like 15 minutes. If it does decide to come down though, 14, 15 level of interest for me personally. Um, I'm not sure how the flow is looking on it. Haven't checked it out. Also, if there's any dark pools or anything open. So that could be another thing to look out for. But outside of this and this above, I don't really see any structures that would be of interest to me. But for now, it is below supply. So there's that. But it's not selling off, it's not breaking any lows. So it's not necessarily bearish, of course. I do think if it can reclaim this level, and I mean, you can even choose to go in here if you want to and treat it as a lotto, but if it can reclaim this level, then I think it has a probability of going to 1600 as a first target. And we know that when this thing gets going, it has legs, so it can hit that. If it reclaims this level, it's going to hit that by end of week. But this needs to be turned into a buyer's zone. The 1500, 1520 area right here, that needs to be turned into a buyer's zone. Because right now, you see on the daily chart, it's not broken out. It's still under here. 1460 pre-market, so it's literally right here. Right? 1460? Yep, 1460. So, still not out. Definitely still not out. My target was, number one was here. 1200. That's where I was interested in maybe catching a scalp long on it. 1K, as everybody knows, is my target for going long over a long period. That's none of that's gonna happen now, I'm guessing, because they're doing a split. I guess that's in fashion nowadays. Doing splits. Um, but let's see what's happening with the futures right now. So oil shooting up. I'm guessing XOP and XLE are both gapping up. Let me just double check. XOP, yes, big gap up. That one's up. So oil sector coming into supply right here is gonna need to get over this to have any upside. Otherwise, if it doesn't get above this, it's gonna sell off. Probably XLE is following close behind, and yes, it is. XLE, same thing. Supply right here. So XLE actually is in supply as we speak, and if it doesn't get above here, it's probably gonna sell off as well. I don't think XOP and XLE are gonna be enough to carry the market. Look, what's going on with XLF? Let's see. XLF breaking out. I'm gonna sound like a munch wave, but as expected. uh, XLF is actually coming into supply right here, so financials are not exactly broken out yet. I do want you to keep in mind that they are still in this trading range. However, this trading range to me, a waiver. I like throwing jabs at Elliott Wave whenever I get the chance. Gives me purpose in life. So right here, this is a demand zone daily on the XLF sector, which is 24.8 to 25 whereabouts. Supply right here. So if perhaps it keeps running maybe it'll do one of the maybe it'll do one of these and then continue on its march up. But I don't think it's gonna be just going up forever without revisiting some of these levels. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen today, tomorrow, or this week, but it's eventually gonna come down here. Another fan favorite right here. This one, right now, pre-market, I see it at 150. It's literally in supply. So if Roku cannot get above 150 to 152 and hold it as a buyer's zone, like it needs to do this. If it can't do this, if it can't hold it as a buyer's zone, Roku is coming down here, 130. If the sellers step up here at 150 and they break this low, 143, I'd say probability is strong is going to hit 130. Um, this is from a scalp. There we go. Oh boy, Apple. Hmm. Apple is not looking good whatsoever. To begin with, I know you can all see it. This whole thing right here is supply. Right here. Also, right here, supply. Trend is flipped, at least the immediate trend right here. You see that? Came down to the trend, tried to bounce, couldn't, sold off. It could come back to revisit this supply, also the trend, but kind of hard to play an upside on this one, not gonna lie. I would like it at 410. You see that wonderful RBR? I could try to catch a bounce. Okay. I could try to catch a bounce at like 425 if it holds. But over here, I am quite honestly not interested in going long on Apple unless it can reclaim 450 as a buyer zone. If it gets up here and it's not selling off, then yeah, I might even shoot off some 500s. But for as long as it's under here, I'm waiting for it at 410. That's yeah, because right here under supply, an upside does not interest me whatsoever. So 450 is your line in the sand. If it can get above here and hold this, uh, Apple also has dark pool at 410. Ah, well, there we go. Yeah, it's an RBR right here. Rally base rally. So this is a demand zone. I'm the DP. So yeah, if it can't get above 450, honestly, I just wait for it at 410. What else we got? Let's see, BA. So yesterday I said as long as Boeing doesn't close under 178, it's gonna have a run. Why? Because 178 is literally doubles down, as a matter of fact, doubles down as the breakout. Boom. Doubles down as the breakout out of range and a rally base rally. If it can't hold above 178, it's gonna come to 165, the median plus a rally base rally. So right now there is a gap here at 180. There is a gap that it could revisit. If it does, I would like it to hold here at 180 to 180.5 whereabouts. Let's even say 178, 179 again. Yes. If so, this was, you see the RBR, and this is where it stopped. So this, as the absolute low, I'd want it to hold, but I'd preferably want 180 to hold this time around. It could go down here to give a higher low potentially, but I would like this. I would like to see this hold. The breakout itself is at, so today would be here. Breakout itself is at 175.6. That's not an exact science. Remember what I tell you. These are not some magical lines. The supply demand are accurate. These are not. These are just showing the trading range. I do see this 165 RBR right here. Then there is this at 169, 170. So could even revisit those levels. But if it holds above 180, I don't see why it would sell off to 165 today. However, under 178, I'm not touching it until it hits 165. Right here. This is your RBR. So for me, 178 is an absolute low, is going to have to hold. I don't think 200 is going to be hitting this week. I think it's limited in its upside, but that's just my personal opinion. I think it's limited in its upside to 190 at most for this week, 195 maybe, provided it holds 180, but that's good enough for a scalp / short swing. Nike. So right off the bat, Nike is hitting the top of the trading range. I see a gap here, so that's number one. But I'm not even gonna go for the gap. Right here. This little guy right here is what I'd be keeping an eye on. So 100 to 101.5. If I go into detail, this is an RBR, so for now it's holding this, but if 105 breaks, it's going to revisit 102, 103, bounce back, revisit this, come back into 100. So either that or run right off the bat, revisit. You already know the deal. Breakout, retest, run. Break down, retest, dump. That's all I see on Nike. It's close to a demand, so if it does come back into a 100, and if it holds here, you can play the next leg up. Could even run today. Like I said, it's close to breaking out. What is it? 107, and it's already at 106.7. However, as of right now, it's a lower high. It's still not broken out. And yesterday it stopped at the breakout, so that's a good sign. Right here. That's a good sign. You see? Let's switch to 4 hour. So yesterday stopped at the breakout. This was the high, broke out, came back to retest. It held it. It's going up. But if it doesn't hold this, the 105 level, it's gonna flush. So that's gotta hold. Yeah, it could prove to be an interesting play. They got dividends coming up. Okay. Earnings September. Oh, earnings are close by. Just a month away. If it comes back down and it holds these levels, we can even play an earnings run up on this one. Or if it breaks out, either or. But if it breaks out, it'd be a chase. What's the US doing? Keep in mind, like I said, today's Wednesday. Could just be a glorious chop day, if anything. And Walmart. There we go. So Walmart is above supply right now. It's got to hold 130, 130.5. Gapped up, hit supply, selling off. I would like to see it hold this. If it can hold 130.5 on the low end, then I think it can run. Break above 131.5, come back to test it. If buyers hold it up, go up to 133, and then we see where it goes from there. But I would like to see it hold over here. It just depends on how much time you got on the contract, is because it's not in like a crazy immediate danger of anything. Because if this gap holds, it's gonna be fine. Rolled over to 918. Yeah, okay. So yeah, as long as this gap holds, it could come back to gap fill, but as long as this gap holds, I think it should be fine. Well, can be 818. 818 would be Tuesday next week, so that's out of the question. Tesla. So Tesla, to recap, demand at 1414 below. It is in supply right now. It's gonna need to break out and hold 1500 overall as a level right here as a buyer's zone. And if it does that, then I think it can hit. It can hit. There's a probability of it hitting 1600. When, I don't know. Could even be this week. Tesla's crazy like that, but it is in supply right now. So if you buy right off the bat at open, you'd be buying in supply. But if you want to treat it as a lotto, go ahead. It can come back to retest 1416. I know it's a long way down. I know that they might not let it after this gap up, but who knows? However, I would definitely like 415. NQ is probably going to be slipping all day. If Apple can get above supply and Microsoft can get above supply, then NQ is probably going to be slipping all day. But if Tesla holds 1500 as a buyer's zone, then I think it has a very good argument at going for that 1600 that you're looking for. Let me just do this. All right, I'm gonna throw the Tesla chart in analysis. Oh, what the hell happened? There we go. Let's see some of the updated levels. Three 333, 332.8, 337.8 above, 338.8 above that. So, okay, we got our levels. 337.8 and 338.8. What is there? Okay, so 337.8 is literally this top right here. And above that, 338.8. I mean, that's basically all-time high. Silverado. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's do this. Silver is hopping out of demand. Um, yep, 30 seconds. So on silver futures, base drop right here at 27.1, 27.4 level. Above that, there's a lot of supply on silver. I would like to see it trade above this first and foremost. Or at the very least, keep a higher low above demand. I see PT upgrades for Roku, and it's still selling off in supply. Because my lines are magical. Let's see if we can get above this. Next supply up 155. Right here. There we go. If it can't hold 150, then it can go and get there. What's Apple up to? This is not what I want. This is what I want. Okay. Yep, there we go. Oil and energy number one. Followed shortly behind by XLF, financials, materials, XLI. BA dropping. So Apple's going for that supply. I wouldn't call that. Well, okay, it's 2 points. Let's see if this one can get to 103.8. This is an interesting base rally here. And then it held it yesterday. Ooh, right here. Maybe it can hold this 104.9. And yep, Wednesday. Look at this. It's like it's frozen. Well, at least this is moving. Okay. See if FedEx can hold above this. Ooh, that's a nice red candle. Jesus. Coming in. Coming in hot. If it doesn't hold over 178, this puppy's gonna go to 165. But if it holds 178, then yeah, there's a chance for a reversal. Don't see any particularly interesting flow for it yet. Nobody's really buying or selling. Let's see. If MU can hold over 48 flat, this could be an interesting play. I see some interest in chips today, namely AMD and NVIDIA, and I can see why. This was such a crazy candle. There's no structure. I gotta go to like 2 minutes to find a structure. Here's the structure. What are you trying to sell calls on? Really? JPM no volume? That is that that is surprising. Whoo-wee. Drill City. Yeah, I'm not touching this just yet. I'm gonna need a bounce and a retest before I play such a crazy sell-off. It is in demand though, so maybe this. NQ leading. Uh, unless Apple's breaking through that supply, I'm guessing it's not gonna be for long. Yeah. I mean, what is tech doing? Yeah, tech is nowhere close to leading. It's down here. Oil, energy, and financials today. And there comes the bounce and the back test. Yup, not getting above. Did it actually hit the back test? I can't find a green candle to compare it. I hate going below 5 minutes. Oof. Dumpy dump. Is it gonna stop? Is it gonna continue? What do you want to do? You want 178 or you want 182 first? And there it goes. Still technically high or low. Not anymore. Let's get that 178. Hold up, was hey, Valgor, you mind muting your mic?
Oh, sorry.
No, not a big deal. It's trying. If Boeing breaks 178 and back tests it and it can't get above, then yeah, it's 165 is most likely going to be in the cards. Let me see if there's any thing that can pave the way. People are already betting huge on Boeing at 190 and 200, but that's like 2 weeks plus. Nothing immediate. Let's see. If 178 holds, uh, JPM. That's really surprising. JPM 98 for this week? Oh, I see why. You're like deep in the money. Oh yeah. I mean, it's the same thing. If you want to sign somebody for 98 and just flip them, it's the same money. True. Uh, I mean, if you want, just leave the ask up. Maybe somebody will hit it. I can't wholeheartedly suggest this, but if you want to attempt a reversal on Boeing with a stop loss under 178, try it out. Me personally, I'm gonna wait to see if it does this right here and then come back. Because otherwise, this is just catching a knife. So I want that confirmation because this sell-off is steep. If you exercise the option, do you get the shares immediately? Yeah, you should. Man, what is going on with BA today? Wow. Uh-oh, somebody just opened a huge position on Boeing 175 puts for this week. Why 175? If you're looking at 175, might as well wait for 173. So this is out of the question now. This is the new supply. This is toast. There. What's Apple up to? Whole lot of nothing. Okay, you see the back test right here? That's what I'm talking about, people. Look at it. So fresh and so clean. Snatch up, come back, test, go. Tech is trying to break out, huh? This is a little suspect. Every sector green. I'm not buying it. What's leading this? Jesus. Chips. At B. Financials. Chip. Tech. Game. Financial. Financial. Man, ADV hit the scanner yesterday. Everything from the scanner green. This is from yesterday's scan, but that's not saying a lot when everything is green. The entire market and beyond. What new tickers do we get, if any? Yeah, everything is running. Is there anything that's red today? Boing, deer. Okay. NOC. Did Boeing have a bounce? Nope.
What about Tesla? Can you do a chart analysis on that?
Yeah. If it doesn't break high of day, Tesla, I would wait for it at 14, 15. See if that bounces. But overall, if you want the grand scheme of things, I want Tesla over this. So let me, now the daily candle is there so you can see it. Do you see that? It's still not breaking out. So this is a supply zone. This is the trading range. So it needs to break out of this. Out, come back to hold it, and then it could hit 1600.
Can
But
you tell me the levels on that? I can't see. I'm sorry.
no, that's fine. So the supply zone is 1500 to 1520. 20 points. That's a 20-point supply that I have. For it to break out, for me to consider it broken out, I like to see it hold, let's just say 1500. 1500, I would like to see 1500 to 1520 hold as a buyer zone. And then if that happens, I think it can see 1600 right here. As for right now, intraday, it really isn't doing much of anything, but this is an area of interest. 14, 15 is the level. Why? Because that is the breakout right here. You see that? So that's where it broke out of. If it comes back to retest that and hold it, that could be an area for a long. Or if it comes out, breaks this, and comes back to retest it as a new buyer zone. But right now, it's honestly in. But honestly, right now, it's in the middle of nowhere. And you have to be really careful with Tesla because this IV right here, I mean, it's gonna kill you. This is too much. Let me just even. Yeah, 63%. These are losing value fast, the weeklies, anyway. So you have to be really careful with how you catch the move on Tesla. I personally don't play this much, and when I do, if and when I do, I'm very careful with it. Because if you get in at the wrong time, even if it goes your way after that, you can still lose money because of the IV, because if you don't get the volatility that's expected. But I mean, it's clearly on the upside. If anything, this can be construed as a bull flag. Right here, there's something. A pullback to 1447. If that holds, you can scalp it. But this is like right here, these last 3 minutes would have killed your option. Yeah, be very careful with your entry on this one. AC, no sleeping for you, bro. If I get in a long and you go to sleep, I will be very mad. Nice recovery on Boeing. I would expect it to hit this and sell off. So if it hits this, comes back and gives a higher low, this could be playable. 176. But it's retesting 178 right now. Let's see if anything's changed. Yeah. BA is a crapshoot, but I'm leaning towards an upside if this low holds. So keep an eye on this one. There's a large amount of puts bought for 175. You scalped 25% on Boeing short. Awesome. Yeah, under 178, the scalp was easy for a short. Let's check out the option chain. Why don't we? 175. 175. See this? This is the concerning part. Look at that volume today. But on the flip side, you have this. The 190. Nice. Glad to see everyone killing Boeing today. It could be a both ways trade, to be honest with you. Did everybody just leave and leave me alone? What the f Hello? Help. Help. Yep, staff meeting postponed. Hmm. Oh, I'm watching the developments on Boeing to see if there's anything. Sorry, somebody, from what I can see on the chain, somebody shorted these 195s. It looks like less, more. Yep. Yeah. Here comes Boeing back down. Let's see if the low holds. As much as I hate these, let's see if there's anything. Nope, nothing there. So we're gonna stick to the 5 minute. I see why they would want 175. You see this right here? This little bad boy? Let me extend that. Extend that. Yeah, they're just this guy's driving. Ah, would I necessarily call this a higher low? No, because it hasn't tested a 180 yet. The, I mean, technically, this is a back test, yes. But no, I wouldn't consider this a higher low yet. But that's just because, you know me, I'm conservative. I like my risk to be 20 cents and my upside to be $80. Which means I miss a lot of trades. But when I hit them, I hit them. Tesla is still under supply. I know it's making a V and whatnot, but it's still very much under supply. I'm not sure. I didn't read up on what dark pools there are for Tesla. Let's see if there's anything new on Boeing. No, not really, not much. Yeah, those puts are the only concerning thing today for Boeing. 6,000 of them. Only reason that these concern me on Boeing is because it's higher than the open interest. You see that? So that one trade killed the entire open interest. It went higher. So volume higher than the open interest. Whereas here, the volume is still lower than the open interest. So one trade exceeded all the interest here. So that's the only potentially concerning thing. Could be building a base here. Too far from the low for me to even attempt to find out. Let's see. Jim is the can you beyond 180, 190? Okay, so let's wait for the higher low on Boeing. When will you know? Well, let's see what kind of patterns is printing. So if it squeezes from here in the next 2 minutes and goes up here, then it's probably going to revisit this, and if it holds this, then that's your higher low. Let's see if we can squeeze. And it's dumping. Chap City. For today, maybe. I wouldn't call it a full-on rotation, though. Let's see. Nope, not even close. Tech is at the bottom. Or wait, I'm crazy. Yes, I am. Actually, yeah, for today, there's a rotation back into tech. I'm sorry about that. Tech and chips. China. Everything is green, though. Like, you really can't go wrong. Does AMD even pay at this point? Like, these 5% days are just normal. Why would you be hopping here? Oh, 176.8. That was your point. That was your point risk on Boeing. Bada boom, bada bang. Yeah, this 178 level is going to be a nightmare for Boeing. Gonna have to hold above this for an upside. Because you see, that's the breakout, that's the breakdown. Boom, gap, breakout, came back to test it, held it, broke down, back testing. So this is the back test right now, if anything. If it holds above, if it holds above 178, though, I think it should be good to go. The struggle is real. You see that? Breakout, comeback, retest. The retest is to the penny. So I had the line at 443.57. The retest was 443.6. Ah. Off by a cent. There she goes. Or not. Supply here. Supply here. As long as it holds above 178. That's your magic number. 178. 178. I mean, yeah, this was it's a nice trade. Both ways. Because I mean, everything else in the market ran. This is the only. This is one of the only things I can see for a reversal. But if you guys got anything else you want me to do analysis on, shoot it out. Yeah, Boeing is about the only thing that I could even be looking at for reversal right now. Yeah, if it hits 179.5 or 180, then come back to retest 178. That's your cue. As long as it holds above 178. So I'll just forget about this one. A, B, B, B. Not a whole lot of structure that I see on this one on the daily. I see some supply in this area. Is this like really thinly traded? Because it feels like it's not moving. So it's building demand as it goes. There's one demand right here. Yeah, this one looks like a continuation. There's a demand right here as well. So those are two intraday levels I'd be looking for in a pullback. I'm guessing you're already long. Awesome. Yeah, I see some supply right here. So probably come up to here. And then come back to retest this area, 94.45. Momentum is strong on the upside though, so that's a good sign. And it broke out of the somewhat broken out of the immediate downtrend. Long-term downtrend is still on though. Facebook. Facebook coming into supply, so it's gonna have to break out of this 263, 264.4 level, but it is in supply right now. Not much of interest below. It's been kind of a steady climb. But yeah, basically needs to just reclaim 264.4 as a buyer's zone. If it can manage to do that, 268, 268.5. Next zone up. Right there. So maybe on a pullback. I don't know why. Maybe it's my nature to feel apprehensive, but this rally is a little suspect. Why would they not let you exercise? Oh, what? It's a. Oh my god. It's an early exercise. How is that? Well, sure, but you already paid for the contract. Jesus Christ. Are you still getting no bids on that one? Have you tried hitting the bid if you don't care for those 20 cents in the spread? Because there's been 5 more contracts. Because there's been 5 more contracts traded since then. So if you can't get the ask, no, you can still get hit. You can still get hit on that trade. You can still get a bid. Who caught Boeing? Rob did. My man. Nice. Yeah, it's in supply right now. See if it manages to push through. Hold. Let's see. I can't tell you when to submit your order. No, I can't. I can actually get in a lot of trouble with that, depending on who's listening in. Funny though. Not, yep, not liking that supply all too much. Here comes the back test. Got a hold over 178. Let's just take these out. That, like I said, that is the only concerning thing for me for Boeing. Those 175s. That's a crazy order. Yes, but so let's give it a shot. The only thing is, oh really, you see, this is the important part. The 175s, the volume, it went well above the open interest. So there was a sweep. Somebody swept up. If I had to guess, it was well above ask or at ask, and they swept up way more than the volume was for the day. So, whereas on the 180s and the 190s, the volume is still smaller than the open interest, so there was no like sweeping action into it. But yeah, I didn't get a fill on my entry. Would have been up nicely now. Oh well. 20% went to waste. It was nothing. It was nothing. Just a small scalp that I attempted, but I didn't get a fill. So yeah, that supply is working. And that's toast. Nope. Yeah, so it's literally just it's a fight between buyers and sellers right now. So whoever manages to hold out that's your direction. If the low holds and this breaks, that's your direction. If this holds and the low breaks, that's your direction. But for now, just chopping and doing a whole bunch of nothing. Oh my, oh my. That's an interesting volume right there. Uh, no volume there. Whoa. Hello there. If it comes to 170 like this low and it holds it, then yeah. As long as it doesn't break the low of day. But I would like 178 to hold. 178 is the back test. And here comes Apple into supply. What's going on with Netflix lately? Holy shit. Oh, look at that. Boom. So if Netflix hold over 474.5 to 476, this can ramp back up. Let's see what we got on Netflix today. Yeah, if Netflix can only hold this above 474.5 is an absolute low. 476. I mean, this is the demand starting from the wick, so that's another trade right there. What can it get to? $484 first and foremost. 489, 490. Huh. Interesting. $476, 3. $490. Garbage volume. What do we got here? Not bad volume. 345, 355. Interest. Yeah, watch this one too. If 474.5 holds as a low here, this can ramp back up. Man, non-stop, huh? Bulls just having at it. For Tesla, yes, this is supply for it. 1500 to 1520 supply right there. Facebook selling off from that supply. Sorry about that. Is tech a chase right now? Depending on what you're looking at, which ticker are you looking at? But if you think if you even have to ask if it's a chase, then it's probably a chase. What are you looking at though? Any ticker in particular? SQ. Okay. I'm gonna give this a shot. Hmm. 474, 476 right now. So what's the delta on this one? 22. 22, so 10, 20%. I will give this times 3.5. Say I'll give it probably 50 bucks. So 20% risk on this one. I'm not giving it anything more. Kind of a risky trade, but I'll go with it. Okay, sorry, SQ square. I see a supply right here on square. Basically, I'd like it to hold low of day. If it can hold low of day, hit this, come back to test, and go above. But 142 to 142.2 is the intraday supply I'd be worried about. This thing just doing the same song and dance. These are not moving. That's awesome. What was the average fill? 3.425. Okay. 3.65, 3.7. 3.75. 3 point. See if we can get that filled. That is redonkulous. No. Chop City, eh? It is holding 178 though. Well, they didn't fill me. Come on. The ask was 475, even went 4 cents below. Ooh, somebody threw a hard block on Netflix at 490. 490. Are we rotating back into tech? No, not necessarily. I mean, is the for today, they're doing okay, but chips and tech rotations don't. I mean, everything is green today, so it's hardly a rotation when nothing is being dropped. I mean, hell, even insurance is up. Um, boing, 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 boing. Trying to bounce. If it can get its butt above 180, this should be fine. Apple. Facebook pulling back. Maybe I'd say right here on Facebook. Yeah, so 260. Let's see if we can get a bounce at 260. Don't do me like that. Here comes the second try. So it did hold above 178. So I think this has a good argument to go to 190. First things first, let's reclaim 180. But if it does that, I think it has a good argument to go to 190. Is this breaking out? Yep, it's trying to. B8, the entry was, let's see. This, I don't know. I mean, I would start off as a day trade, and if you get like, I don't know, 50-60% out of it, then you can just swing the rest. Go. Go. AMD. I mean, it's already 4.3% up on the day, so it's kind of a little bit of a chase. It's coming up into supply right here at 81, 81.7. That's how I move stocks. If it can get a squeeze up to here, then pull back. This is a supply right here, the supply zone. So actually, even right now, if this holds, this can have another leg up. This is a pullback, basically. So broke out, came back, broke out, coming back into the breakout. So if this holds right here at 79.8, this can have another leg up. It's not a big risk, so I'm not sweating it, but I just don't like that it's not making any impulsive moves up. This should have been like boom, boom, out. And it's not doing that. I don't like that. Where's the trend that needs to break? Yep. Breaking above. If this breaks, Rob is going to be happy. Fake news. Unit, keeping unit. So this trade is doing great. This trade not doing so great. How about we see what's going on here? So Facebook's hopping out of demand like Netflix should be right now, but it's not. Gotta get over this first. 261.8. 262. Let's just call it 262. So this has a new supply above now. That's great. But I'll be a little patient. I'm gonna give it time to force 474. That's all I'm giving this. 2 points. I know it's a little ridiculous giving a 2-point stop loss on a $480 stock, but that's how I stay green. That's how I stay afloat. I don't mess about. 2 points. That's all you got to prove to tell me why I should stay in this trade. And target is 490. Chewy, sure. Let's see here. Chewy kind of in the middle of nowhere, to be honest with you. I really please, if you're jumping in the shower, make sure your stop loss is tight. Like set it before you even go. I'm honestly not giving it much room. Oh, it's up. When did it go up? Yeah, I'm not giving it a lot of room. Give it like 474, 473.5, 474. Entry was 476, so that's a 2-point risk that I'm willing to take on this one. Miss Facebook gonna drop by 1 cent. Yeah, those levels are nice, aren't they? If only Netflix can just get going now. Yeah, you're right. Literally 2 cents. 260.8. It hopped. 260.67 was the demand. Life be like that sometimes. Yeah, I don't see a lot on Chewy, to be honest with you. It's breaking out, so as long as this breakout right here holds, I think it has another leg up in it. Oh my god, there we go. This chop zone whereabouts. You average down right on the retest. Nice. Ah, not good. Jesus Christ. You guys should be up good on FedEx. 57? That's it? It was 80% up like 30 minutes ago. Oh, um, honestly, if so, I get this question a lot. What strike and expiry would I get for what I personally, as long as it holds over 178, 176 at the absolute worst, I see, um, I see a potential of Boeing going to 190, 195. So I'd go at least. I like time on my side, so I'd go at least. I would personally go at least a month out, but that's just me. More than anything, I like time on my trades. But it's chopping under supply, and it's not breaking through. I don't like that, but it's not breaking the lows either, so there's that. Very slow moving as of right now. Dumped in the. So this could even be construed as a bear flag. It's still under supply. This is not in the clear by a long shot. And yep. So there you go. A ramp. Back test right here. Chop under the trend. Now it's back testing the trend. What are you, twins? Facebook doing nice off the demand. It's got to break up that supply now, and it should be fine. So hit the supply, pull back held. Now it's just got to break these highs, and it could get going. Never doubt. It's still got to break the high of day, but I know some of you averaged here on the demand on the pullback, so that one should be good. Well, that's how he stays green. That's how he stays green. Uh, I mean, you've seen his winners, you've seen his losers. He'll risk like 30, 40%, and then he's gonna bang out like 500, 1000%. So if you go in with the same amount of money in those trades, that's how you stay green. Risk reward, risk reward. So like, yeah, he'll let a losing trade go to like maybe 40%, 30% down before he cuts it. But when you take into account that the winners are 300% and up, that's hardly an issue. Yeah, Boeing is just not doing anything. Google. Mm, let me remove these. Google channeling, really. Not much going on. Had a beautiful run at open. Tesla trying 1500. Yep, 1500 to 1520. That's essentially the supply zone of Tesla. If we can break that and hold it as a buyer zone, it could get going again. Google. I really don't see anything on this one. It's just, you see that? It's Chop City. Ran quite a bit. Pulling back now, so I suppose if it holds this, it's gonna go up with 1498 is the low. I don't trade Facebook much. And seeing as how there's gaps on 5-minute candles, I don't think anybody does. 1498 on the low end. I would like that to hold. 1498 on the low end. If it can hold a pullback to here, I mean, if it even pulls back to here, but if it can hold this, then it could even break out. What's this thing doing? Hmm. Not exactly breaking up that supply, but not pulling back either. Crazy. Let's see what's going on now. XOP. Wow. Oil on a tear. Let's see what's going on with futures. Yeah, because if it can hold, yeah, because if it can hold over 1500 or 1520, then it can really get going. Metal's being dropped big time. NQ leading. So you see how, do you notice this? Like, it's interesting. NQ is leading. When NQ is leading, value is less. RTY, right here, Russell. So when NQ is leading, value is last. But when NQ is being dropped like a hot potato, RTY, Russell, value is first. Wow. AMD, FedEx, biggest gainers of the day. So yeah, lots of chips. Chips are on a tear today. Nike. This was Interesting. This was a request at the pre-market, wasn't it? Yep, Nike's being dropped to demand. Tesla September? Now you got me curious. What? No. I don't think so. That's too much. 12 grand for September strikes? That's too much. Hey, listen. If you're green, I'm very happy. But that's a lot for an option. No, I'm just kidding. That's a that's a bomb ass trade. But honestly, yeah, it's banging up in supply right now. So if 1500, 1520 can get broken up, I do see it reaching 16. I am reading nice Netflix. Is it squeezing? Yes. Let's go. Oh, don't tell me I just jinxed it. Yeah, if Tesla can hold its head above 1500, 1520, should be good. Well, basically back. Honestly, if I can get 490 on Netflix today, I'll be a happy camper. Jim is shorting Beyond Meat as a hedge, essentially. Yep. So Jim, he must have seen something, so he just stepped in to hedge everyone up, should they choose to. So I want Netflix over 479. 479. Hold as a buyer zone. And I mean, I'd love to see 490 on it today. But it's got to break up high of day. Jesus Christ, this thing. What is you doing? Yeah, it's all about tech today again. Oil and tech, and a shipper thrown in there for good measure. Yep, tech, chips, oil. Trailing close behind, but oil and chips not even close. Look at that. 2.3. Tech at 1.8. XLF not doing bad by any means, but nowhere near as close as good as tech. Cloud's kind of mid tier. Sand show. Yeah, so that's it. I'm only I'm gonna sign off here for a little bit. Only slept for 2 hours, that's why I'm stuttering a little bit and I'm lost. Your singing did amazing. It hurt you and it broke out. Yeah, so Netflix, I won it over this level. This is supply right here. So I won it over this level, 479. I wanted to hold as a buyer's zone, not just over and then come back. I wanted to hold as a buyer's zone. The trade is green, not by much, but if you want to, you can just sell half and keep the rest at break even. I'm gonna hold mine. I'll give it 20% risk. I really don't mind. I really don't mind the risk. So I'll give it 20%. If it comes back hard, I might cut it at break even. But if it can get its butt above 480, I might even target 490. So we'll see. Manage it, be smart with it. Boeing. Boeing is another one that I'm keeping my eye on. I would like it to hold over 178. If it can hold over 178, get its butt over like 180, 182, then 190 and 200 are in the cards. But if this low breaks, nothing good happens below this low. It's 165 city. Sounds like all the other trades are doing good. Bind, Beyond Meat is lagging behind. Sounds like, well, the hedge is working, so that's a good sign. Jim's hedge for units long call is working. Hey, that's how you play it. ES is pulling back. Could pull back as far as 33.53. As long as, like I said, as long as 33.40 on the low end holds, as long as this red line, this trend doesn't get broken, there is absolutely no argument on getting bearish. And that's about it. I feel a little delirious because, like I said, I only slept for 2 hours, but I'm gonna go dunk some coffee and I'll be back. And of course, whenever there's something good going on, there's gotta be bad news. Dude, what is wrong with Mitch?